Hello guys and gals, welcome to another Let's Talk video with me, Random Guy. And today we're going to talk about is, of course, custom games Mark 1.5 update. And actually this update is a very huge update that it doesn't just include custom game mode update. It actually has some updates other like bro events like weapon improvements and shows mechanism changes. So without further ado, let's go through them one by one. Okay, the first one we're going to talk about is of course the custom game Mark 1.5. And the first and foremost I want to talk about is that Hidden Crater and Glaze Lake. These two maps are back, and I very like these two maps. I believe, in fact, Glaze Lake is my favorite map of all time. Yeah, I give it that. And the second update of the custom game is that pit mode are now in custom game mode. But actually, I don't really play this mode, so that doesn't seem to affect me a lot. And the last thing of the custom game is that now we have 3 additional sliders to we can change. The first one is health regenerator. We can turn on the turn of this one, and another one is capture segment memory. We can choose if we have to. You have to collect take the points. Use one push to take a point, or you can just take the points like when you collect 3 bars, like now we does in the Battle Arena game. And the third one we can do is now is we have a damage multiplier. It ranges from 10% to 500%. So yeah, that's very fun to play with, and I'm looking forward to do some videos about it. It seems very fun. Yeah. Okay, the second major updates in this game I want to talk about is the Brawl event. Now this brawl is called Micro Missions, and it's a PMO brawl. Includes 10 players in each match, and you can only use wheels as your movement type. And the interesting is that it is called Micro Missions, so the CPU limits are 500 or less than 500 CPU. Yeah, that's a very cool thing. And there are no weapon restriction, but the energy amount is fixed at 10,000 energy. So yeah, they will definitely restrict what you're going to put on your bot and things like that. You have to calculate it, and of course you can bring up too big. The weapons they are very big because they consume too much energy. So you can probably only give one shot, and you have to wait like 10 or maybe 10 seconds to have another shot. Oh, and the Brawl event take places on the map of Hidden Crater, the old map that is brought in this time. Okay, now we've done the Brawl event part. Let's go to the Nano part. Now the Nanos have a Proto Seeker like aim assist, and all the healing VFX have been improved and remastered. That includes the base heal, the auto heal, and the nanos heal. But I've seen it on the page, and I don't really like the new VFX. It looks a little dumb, but we'll see once we get into the game tonight. Okay, now all the nanos except constructor have higher heal values. I guess it's a good thing because back in the maybe 3 or 4, maybe a much more earlier version of Warcraft, no one used the common nanos, but a lot of them do use the rare one because rare one back then is relatively good than the epic one. But now in this meta, no one used the blue one because yeah, it doesn't work very well. So people just use the uh, epic one now. So this buff definitely means I don't see the common one will become the meta, but maybe the real nanos will come back. Yep. And but because constructor doesn't receive a heal buff, but he does receive a reduction of energy consumption. So that's very good. That means you need less energy to use this weapon, and that definitely will change a lot of things. I like to be a healer, so yeah, that is very good to me. But of course, you don't see much of me healing others on screen because no, yeah, healers does not go well in the current meta. Yeah. Okay, and aside from that, all nanos have their range increased by almost 3 times to match the Pro Seeker range weapons. I guess now Frisian is trying to make nanos like Pro Seeker, but I don't see how. But this concept is suggested by many of other YouTubers and on the players on the forum. So I think now Frisian is really listening to the players, and they're, now they are communicating with the players to, hey, what do you want in a game? Yeah, I think that is very good because this game is destined to be a very community-based game. Yep. Okay, now with down nano part, let's move on to another major update part, and that is shields. Now, FreeGen have decided to remove the recharge system of the shields, so from now on, you don't need to wait 10 seconds to additional 10 seconds to wait for the regenerating of the shield. And now shields have just should actually become a very simple part. It just have a higher CPU, yeah, and that's just it. And due to these changes, now the health of the Melex have increased by 4 times, but that's actually nearly the same amount of its total health when you count the shields in. So yeah, that's a good thing because now, not now, back then, if we healers want to heal the Melex type bot, there's always a health bar that we can heal because there are, of course, the shields. If shields need their additional 10 seconds, then apparently we can do nothing about it. But now we can actually heal them, even the shields, and I think that's a very good thing. And I believe a lot of players are complaining that a lot. So yeah, this is a good change, I think. And last but not least, we got a lot of balance changes, and the first one is a very interesting one, and I believe you guys may have known about is that now all modules except ghost modules no longer consume energies, and yeah, because ghost modules, of course, it needs to consume energy. Yeah, and all the modules receive a CPU reduction except blink modules. So I think it is a good thing because I've met a lot of newbies recently, and they're always complaining about, oh, you got that legendary pass there, and I can't afford it, and therefore I can win. And I have to admit that the modules does affect the battlefield very much. So now the CPU recursion is in the game implemented in the game, so the modules it's definitely going to be much more cheaper than it is now. So yeah, I think the newbies will now be able to afford it, I think. But head to newbies. If you want money, you want those things, go to the league arena. No longer win or lose, you get a lot of experience and better crates that always give you a better things, right? Okay, and the second balance changes is that a lot of weapons have been buffed. The first one is rails. Rails have received a 20% damage buff, and that's a really good thing because nowadays there are not a lot of people use rails in the game. The inside leg buff does bring back some of the um, the classic builds of railguns, but it just isn't that much. And I believe this damage buff will bring back more robots in the game. And the second one is that all plasma except Galathon have increased their explosion radius to 25 meters. And actually, the Galathon itself is the explosion radius of the Galathon itself is 25 meters. So they are making all plasmas have the same explosion radius. And I think it's kind of weird, but I welcome these changes. Because now we'll have very even explosion radius, and so that's kind of like the good old time that we have plasma that goes one shot, and then creates a lot amazingly incredibly large explosion radius, and now we got a lot of explosion radius back, and that's always a fun thing to play with. But yeah, I think it's going to affect the current meta very much, but I don't know how it will change the meta. But let's see, we'll see in a couple weeks later. Yep. And the third one of the weapon buff is all lasers except Leviathan and Disintegrator have received an accuracy buff. Actually, I don't even know they're in different accuracy in the game. I just assume that they're always the same rates that once you get to shoot very long for a very long time and you your accuracy just fall off. Yeah, but actually in the data, let's say that um, the common laser and the Leviathan have in the old version they have like uh, a complete 100% accuracy differentiation. So I think this is a good thing, but I don't know if I like it because that means now the SNG will be very powerful and I do not like that. Okay, the last weapon buff is Tesla, and I'm not a Tesla user, so not going to talk about it very much. But I can tell that Tesla Slicer and Ripper have received damage buff, and actually I don't see a lot of people using these two parts. So I think 3D is trying to bring back these two parts to be a competitive part, but I don't see the way it's going. Because you know the Epic one is so good that everyone uses it. But hey, I guess we'll see in the game to know whether this is a good thing or not. Okay, I believe that is all I'm going to talk about updates. And obviously, the decision of receiving updates for two weeks is a good thing because yeah, nowadays we have the updates includes a lot of content and I like that despite we have to wait longer. Okay, And yeah, that's really all I have to say now. And I'm Random Guy, and if you enjoy this video, like, subscribe, all the stuff, support me and support the channel. And as always, I'm Random Guy. I just say it again. Okay. But if you enjoy the video, like, subscribe, all the stuff. And as always, I'll see you in the next video. Bye guys.